Holland Jungle.
Spectator sport.
Jungle halang.
Spectator sport. Thanks again for tuning in, folks. It's your host, Lott, the host with the most. Thanks again for tuning in. Check us on Twitter at Spectator Sport, the number one. I'm in the building. I got Conroy on the floor. I got the talent in the cut.
I am the talent, Dennis. They sign up a month in advance to see me. They'll wait in line for the next bus to see me.
The talent may be taking his talent to Orlando to catch the dunk contest this weekend, people.
This guy is just like Linsanity. He has no consistency. The same guy who said he didn't care about the slam dunk contest last week, folks. That's why he the talent.
I don't care about a slam dunk contest. I can't even name no one in the damn contest, but I'm just going for the festivities, the beautiful ladies.
Flies. All right, folks, thanks again for tuning in. Speaking of Linsanity, let's go ahead and talk about the biggest regular season game this season. Linsanity versus the Heat. Too much Cold World, too much Mario Chalmers for y'all out there that don't know. Too much LeBron James, D Wade. Chris Bosh went off. Bosh had an unbelievable game in the Heat victory over the New York Knickerbockers. Talon, what you thought about the game?
I mean, it was a good game. I mean, the game was close for the first. I mean, most of the game to me. I mean, it's first quarter. Knicks were fighting, and second quarter they were fighting, third quarter. It was like fourth quarter. That's when it got out of hand. I mean, the Linsanity and Jeremy Lin. I mean, the guy was just. I mean, at the end of the day, the Miami Heat's defense is the best in the dang basketball right now. So I mean, I can't really be shocked that they shut him down like that. I mean, Rio, he played great defense last night. LeBron really didn't even have to stick this dude last night. I mean, they was just ripping him and just putting the pressure on him like no one else has since he started this 10-game, since he went on this 10-game freaking Linsanity trip. I mean, the kid just felt the heat last night, man. That's basically what it boils down to. He felt that heat, and he just took it. He handled it bad. I think next time they play, but that does not mean that this kid can't play. So all these, I mean, if people now you're gonna have people saying, "Oh, he's been exposed," blah blah blah. No, that does not mean he cannot play. That's just mean that the Miami Heat, they are really, 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 really good defensive team. Because the first 10 teams he played against they had nowhere close could even shut that kid down like that. So what that really means is Jeremy Lin just felt the heat. That's it.
Exactly. Jeremy Lin did feel the heat. He had 8 points, 8 turnovers. I mean, it was a turnover-filled game. I mean, he still didn't play that bad when you watch the game. It's just that, like I said, the Heat guys, they were all over him. I mean, the guys that were covering him seemed to have his number on the pick and rolls. Everybody just played real good team defense. That's what the Heat is known for. And when you ask me who's gonna guard Amari, who's gonna guard Melo, who's gonna guard Lin, the Heat plays team defense. No. So we don't need anyone to guard this one person and shut him down.
It's not about
you got help. Don't worry about it. You got help. You got LeBron coming backside.
D'Antoni should have changed it up last night because if I was D'Antoni, you seen that pick and roll, they were defending that. They was trapping off it. They were putting pressure on him. He should have went to the post more than what he was doing last night because obviously that was not working. But when Amari or Chandler, their bigs they have about 5 or 6 inches on each one, Haslam and Joel Anthony. I would have kept giving the ball to Amari. At the end of the day, Chris Bosh had a good offensive game, but he can't stick Amari.
Amari can't stick him. That's what you mean. Chris Bosh had 25.
No, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about the offense on that.
Amari didn't even have 18.
Because they kept trying to run pick and rolls. Jeremy, they couldn't get the ball to nobody. That's what I'm saying. If they would have stopped the pick and roll nonsense, changed it up, and started going to post with Melo, Amari, and people like that, then it would, he would have got better results. But you continue to run that same pick and roll when the Heat are too fast to recovering. They're blocking, tipping his balls. They're ripping him. It just didn't make any sense. D'Antoni, he beat himself kind of last night. I mean, that ball has to. You know, Amari and Melo they could have took more pressure off of Lynn last night because at the end of the day, you're
Spectator sport.
You're
I'll have him call you back as soon as possible.
you're
Folks, please excuse the talent. This guy is a complete, like I said, he's unprofessional. He's a fly. He's just doing the show. He'll just stop in the middle of the show and start looking at his phone. But don't worry about it, folks. I'm here to rescue. What's what we do? We clean up with the flies, the mess that flies make.
But like,
Go
let me
ahead.
finish our point. Let me finish our point. I'm an average Joe, all right? I'm not this all professional guy you want me to be. I'm an average Joe. This is what we do. So like I was saying, though, if D'Antoni would have switched it up and stopped being so hard-headed and keep trying to run a pick and roll, when they just way too fast to pick and roll, let Amari go, Melo and Amari get some post-up, get it back to the basket, and, you know, it would have loosened things up. But, Novak if they come down to double, kick it out to Novak. Novak hit 3 straight threes in a row. They put the Knicks up at one point. But you cannot consistently keep running pick and rolls. It's just stupid.
Novak is not going to go 10 for 10. So, you can't consistently, they have no answer. This is the point. If you're going to turn over the ball against the Heat and let them get out on the break where LeBron is dunking and not realizing his head is almost in the rim, and he's just basically about to go through the backboard like Terry Few with his brain was blowing up in that commercial. If you're gonna let the Heat run on you, forget it, Knicks.
Why were the Heat running on the Knicks? Because they kept turning the ball over on the stupid pick and rolls. You have to change it up. Go to Amari and Melo in the post. Let these guys post up on these smaller guys that the Heat have. Chris Bosh can't guard Amari Stoudemire. We seen that last night. Amari hit that man with a nasty jab step and went and just dunked on him. It was just come on. You should be feeding the ball. What are you doing? Keep running pick and rolls, man. Turning over. LeBron and Wade just running out, doing what they want, just having fun. This is not even a real game to them.
I gotta say, I hate Maury's new look. I don't like the James Worthy glasses with the kind of nappy baby fro and the kind of scruffy look.
That's $100 million man,
come on,
dude.
man. You got $100 million, kid.
He doesn't care how he looks.
Get somebody to get your
But he'll be right this weekend, though.
Come on, man.
He'll be right this weekend.
I know he's going to be right this weekend.
He out there.
I know he out there. He's going to be right this weekend, but he wasn't right last night. That's when you needed to be right during the damn game. When you playing the Heat is when you need to be right. But, these guys... like I say, I don't like the Knicks team personally. They got a lot of players.
They got a lot of talent.
They got to play as a team.
They got a lot of talent on the Knicks.
That talent still needs a lot of time to gel.
Yeah, they need time. J.R. Smith just came on there. Baron Davis, he's just coming off that injury. But the Knicks got a lot of talent. Don't sleep on the Knicks, please don't.
Speaking of talent that's gelling, OKC spanked the LA Lakers last night in a statement game. The Lakers had a players-only meeting, I guess, a day before the game. Kobe and Gasol, these guys put together the meeting. Kobe want to act like he doing something. They put together the team-only meeting. They beat...
Why was that a statement game?
They beat Dallas the game before, going into the break. You beat Dallas, and then you come back and beat OKC. That tell me you beat 2 of the top teams in the West going to the break. That's a statement. You telling the rest of the league the Lakers are still here.
Spectator sport.
Yeah, Knicks telling people
game.
the statement that was made in that Knicks win over the Dallas is telling you that Jeremy Lin and these guys can really play with any of the top teams in the league. When you beat a top team, that's why the teams go so hard at the Heat.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the OKC game. I don't think that was a statement game.
It's a statement game because OKC has the best record in the West.
Record in the NBA.
And the Lakers
are struggling.
Lakers are a struggling team. But
so what is a statement about that?
If the Lakers is able to pull out that win, that tells OKC that we still got you. We put y'all out last year. So we still got your number. We won 8 in a row against you. You won
so
the
you're
last
saying,
two.
you're saying it would have been a statement game for the Lakers.
Yeah,
I thought
Lakers
you meant for
won.
OKC. I was like, no, not for OKC. They got the best record in the league. They got
OKC is letting the Lakers know we ready for y'all though. That's what it tells you because the Lakers put out. The thing about the Lakers, they're a veteran team where they put out max effort at certain times, certain points. So when you get a max effort game from a team like that and you still beat them.
No, but they struggled though the whole night.
I'm not
Kobe
saying they didn't struggle. What I'm
Bynum
saying is
struggled.
they wanted that game. It wasn't a game where you catch a lot of Laker games where you could tell they playing, but it's only Kobe out there really fighting. A lot of time the guys just laying down, but it wasn't where the Lakers just went and laid down. They wanted that game. OKC just took that game too much.
Nah, OKC got. I mean, the Lakers need to go ahead and trade Bynum and Gasol, bring Howard in there. OKC got way too much talent for the Lakers to even, I mean, if the OKC would have won that game last night, I would have been surprised. It's too much scoring. It's too much athleticism with Ibaka and Perkins down there, man in the paint. Then you got Durant. It's just the Lakers don't have enough. Kobe's not going to be enough to get them out of the first round. They're going to have to make a trade and get rid of Bynum and Gasol and bring Dwight Howard in there. He's athletic. He will control the paint on defense and offense. So you have to pick your poison when you play the Lakers and try to get some other pieces in there because they're going to need help too. They're going to be able to do it by themselves. Kobe's aging.
Well, as we talk about LA, I know LA has a big Asian population, and they love basketball. I know Kobe had the #1 selling jersey in Asia. One of probably most famous player on that side, other than the Asian players. As you know, recently, I know you're a big fan of ESPN. One of the editors wrote a story with the cover title of "Chink in Armor." After one of Jeremy Lin's bad games on this hot streak, and the guy was fired over that comment. How do you feel about that? And do you think it's offensive to the Asian population or Asian community?
I don't think he
and were
meant
you
it
offended?
I wasn't offended at all. I mean,
did you think he should be fired?
I don't think he should have been fired either. I mean, I just think he was trying to make it probably like a joke and try to be amusing or something. And you can't do that with people these days. I mean, any little thing, people.
So you
gonna
had
go
no
crazy
problem with it,
and they're gonna get you fired over it. The guy's not even Chinese. The guy's Taiwanese. Like I said, these people know this. They weren't. I mean, people use that term "chink in the armor."
They use that against Asians, all Asians, not just Chinese. It's a derogatory term. That's like if I'm a black guy and then one guy is Jamaican and you call my Jamaican friend but I'm not even going to go there. Let's continue on.
Well, like I said, I think people obviously they took it out of context, which they thought they were trying to be racist, which I highly doubt the guys, they're freaking smarter than that, try to be racist towards the kid. And, you lose your job over stuff like that. This society today, they're not forgiving, so you know that for sure. So, they're going to call for your head, and it's unfortunate the dude had to lose his job, but you got to know better than that.
Speaking of knowing better than certain things, what the world is going on with Chris Brown? Between him, Riri, I mean, my goodness, they just all over the place this week in the news. Let's talk about the recent thing that happened. Him and Rihanna, they did a remix, 2 new songs recently. After the whole beating situation and them and Chris Brown being forced to stay away from her. And her management had a big issue with her being with him and ever being having any type of relationship on that level. But the story that is out that we're hearing now is that the couple secretly wants to be together, and they're basically willing to put everything on the line to be together.
Nah.
And
there's conflicting stories out there right now because I just heard earlier this week. Rihanna's been with Rob Kardashian in a Paris nightclub making out, so I don't know where that story came from. But this story, it's not. But people are just making up stuff now. Who knows what's really going on?
Spectator sport. That's what it's all about. Just make up stuff when you don't know stuff. Just make it up. Who cares?
Basically,
Nobody really listens.
If she's
just
caught,
make it up.
But it's different though. If you're caught in a nightclub kissing Rob Kardashian. How on the other end now you're talking about?
That's the liquor, man. That's the liquor kissing. You never had one of those. Well, you know what?
No, I heard they dumped their entourages and they went away together and was vibing out. So it wasn't just like some I met you in a club type stuff. I heard each one of them ditched their other entourage and they flew together to Paris and they was chilling.
But how you know this is honest? How you know this is real? Since you always tell me, since I'm a conspiracy theorist, and how I know that it's real. But you know what? These fools is telling you is
Twit.
real, and they
Because
go away
if
and they
they're
leave
in a
their
nightclub
entourage.
and they
You
catch
believe
them
that,
taking
but
pictures-
you don't believe the seriousness that I tell you about the realities
Cool,
of life.
because the difference
What's
between
wong
what
with you,
you're
man?
saying is this.
You're
You know what the
brainwashed,
difference
man.
is? Because they actually have actual evidence.